want to show you guys all the new menus and some of the updates that have been added to Reaper Remix that really make it a little more conclusive for a new Reaper user. So up here we've got our main menus that we've always had. We've got new, open, save. We've got project settings. We've got undo, redo, our metronome. We have got our toggle marquee selection. This is our auto crossfade, item grouping, ripple editing, moving envelopes with the media items or not, grid lines, snapping. Then we've added some new, I thought, features that should have always been there. So let's get started. Media browser. Everybody uses that, or may. Locking. Our razor editing. Show resource path. Something we use quite often when we want to get into Reaper and maybe add things, change things, add scripts, things of that nature. Showing our MIDI keyboard, always a plus. Our mixer. At the moment, you guys can't see it because it's on my other screen, but our mixer, on and off. Let's create a track. And this is Send Buddy. This controls our hardware sends, our software sends and receives. So if we want to add a hardware send, want to add a new send, want to add a new receive inside the track, we can do that from there. We also have our bus driver. And as you can see, you have to select a track for it to work. So let's select the first track, bus driver. And this lets us select multiple sends or receives to add to a track and which tracks you want to do. Very cool script. Helps you really move and add a lot of things at one time if you need to. This script I created, or I wouldn't say script, but more so toolbar, just a control room, kind of like Cubase's was. This would allow you to toggle the different hardware outputs that you could set up in your master track. So A, B, C, maybe a subwoofer. This would mute all those tracks. Here we have our talkback control insert effect. You can just slap on the first track and use that as the talkback mic. So there's a mute threshold and then an unmute threshold. And then we have our Q bus menu. So we have our Q bus generator. The first 5 are based on the different templates that have been set up. So the first one is for vocals, second one for keys, third drums, fourth guitars, fifth bass. Then we have our Q bus generator that you can set up yourself. And as you guys can see, the different templates would have been there. And that's Q bus settings 1. See Vox headphones, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6 is engineer headphones. We haven't really set that up on the menu. Then you have the monitoring effects. So we have a routing FX on our monitoring effect that is bypassed at the moment. And this would allow you to have different inputs, outputs, headphones, access to your subwoofer, where the crossover is, different things like that. Very cool plugin. Very, very cool. And this closes the menu. Okay, now we have the region marker manager, something that definitely comes into play. Let me put this back over to my other window. But yes, this is definitely, and we're going to undock it because I don't know why it was docked. But dock, no. All right, there we go. Yeah, comes into very handy play when you want to sequence things, move things around, see how long things are. Just a great way to sequence a song. This closes all our effects windows. So let's say we had that going and we added a EQ, and let's say we put one there, and say we just got a bunch of FX plugins open. You hit that button and closes everything. Just the effects windows. Then we come here to our media toggle item button. So let's create an item. And we're going to remove these. A little distracting. Let's create a media item. I'm sorry, MIDI item. And this button allows us to toggle those buttons. We have velocity or volume. We've got lock. We've got mute, notes. These are the item properties. Here we have the effects for just the item. And we have the automation envelopes for the item. If you don't want to see all that, because it can get a little combobulated, just boop, boop, boop. If you want to set that to a keyboard shortcut, I would recommend it. Now let's look at our colors. And here, this will change the color of the track and the items if the track is selected. So let's unselect the track and unselect the items. Boom. Selects the track and colors the items. Let's make it 2 items. Let's unselect it. Let's unselect the track. Nothing, right? We select the track, changes all the items. If we select just an item, it will change. Oh. I don't know if it'll change just an item. I have to get back to you guys on that. But we've got a solution for that up here in our colors menu with some of the other color options that we have. So never worry. So let's close that. All right, and then we come up here and we've got some real fun menus to open up. We've got our track templates, and this opens to the heater track templates. It is an amazing way to organize your tracks. So we've got instruments, and yes, Reaper actually, it doesn't come with instruments, but there are many instruments that are kind of made for Reaper that you can acquire. So we go to drums, sample based, and we got drum kit, an amazing script by MPL. Let's close the mixer. Let me show you what that looks like. We're gonna zoom, and we're gonna load a screen set because I don't know how this got all wonky on me. But and a lot of the track templates come set up already to where you can just kind of plug and play and go without all the setup that a lot of things in Reaper has to do. So let's close this. This is the Mega Baby sequencer that is on here in case you want to use that. Great way to program drums. If not, you can come here to the MIDI bus, click the step sequencer, and here we have the MPL step sequencer for the drum machine. Close it. Select 16 sounds, and this changes all 16 sounds. Go to the step sequencer. And again, this is based on your database that you have set up. Reaper Remix does come with these databases set up as is, as you see here, with different categories from reverb IRs to drum MIDI loops, MIDI files, loops, one-shots, and then drums that are categorized from 808, kick, claps, snares, hats, shakers, toms, yeah, whole nine. So everything you need to kind of set up your media library with inside of the Media Explorer. All right, so we're also gonna go to, and let's close that out. I don't need that around. All right, we are gonna go to our other track templates, our pattern sequencer, which is based off of the amazing mix sequencer script. And let's close the MPL script. Great script, allows you to sequence and actually make changes to your drums. Let's change the pattern length to 32. Also allows you to change how many patterns you have. As you guys can see, which pattern you're changing. And it puts the actual track, the items on the track itself. which is great. And not saying MPL script can't, because it actually can. Let's say we went into MPL script and we wanted to program a pattern. We would just select the MIDI bass, MIDI drum bus, open up our step sequencer. Well, at some point, we select the pattern. And then, let's say right click, 8 steps. All right, so let's say we had that pattern and just we didn't add more to it. Let's say that's all the pattern that we had. We could actually come in here and go to actions and explode MIDI bus take to children and watch what this does. Boom. Oh, it mutes this MIDI item that's on the MIDI bus, right? And then it puts these items right on their children track so you can go into mixing. And it still keeps a copy of your original file. Great action. I think is one of the coolest things out here. So it's not just you coming into the pattern sequencer where you have that option, but you also have it here as a later action. So great thing there. Let's go to Real Drum Machine, which, did it open? I'm sure it did. There it is. So this is a drum machine where you would just open up your Media Explorer. Let's say you come in here and you just, boom. There we go. Okay, that was extra loud. Let's go into our kicks. And go into our snap, snare. So that would allow you to just drag, drop, boom, boom, boom. You put a MIDI item on there and you get to, you just, boom. Let's zoom to content. Actually, let's undock that. And let's dock it, but not there. Not like that. There we go. Close that. And let's zoom to content. And all of this is available as actions inside of Reaper Remix. And let's go here. Let's zoom to content. And we would go down. And we would find that, and yeah, you make your patterns from there. All right. Let's close all of these tracks. Let's close that script. Let's close our Media Explorer. Let's go up here in these instruments. Let's go to synths, and we've got several different synths from some great JSFX designers. We've got everything from Tiller's, I don't know if I'm saying it, Tyler. But you guys go check out his script. Great script. Comes with some presets, a few. We need some more. Yeah. And all of the templates are also organized here on the side from where they kind of are derived from. So if you don't want to come up here, say you're just here and you want to right click, there they go. So that's track templates up here in the drum rack. Also, we've got different scripts for opening things, Real Launcher, MVK Search. This is a free script that allows you to find everything from actions to, yeah,